everyone. Welcome back to Tsukihime. Yeah, I'm just been having so much tech issues. It's not even funny to the point where I actually had to go and bust out my PGN tuber and I'm just in misery. So yeah. Welcome to the stream and I hope everyone's excited for Tsukihime cuz I know I am. So, she says she won't leave this room. She says she didn't have any power right now. In which case, what did I come here for? Should I go outside and investigate, or should I stay in the room to observe the situation? Well, this shit's written by Natsu. So I feel like we should take our common sense, right, and chuck that to the waistline, as I'm gonna pick number one. We gotta be the man of the house, you know what I mean? We gotta go in. Boop.
Yes.
Here I go. Alright, let's see here. I take a short, deep breath to clear my head. I search for something I can use as a weapon, but a quick survey of the room doesn't give me anything. I swallow my hesitation, take my knife from my bag, and head for the door. Shiki? I'm just gonna go scouting things out. Don't leave the room until I get back. Argrid looks like she wants to say something, but I tear my gaze away and head into the hallway. It's dark. I guess the lights must be malfunctioning. The only light I see is a faraway glow from the elevator hall. My throat burns more. The air is thick and scraping against me like a. Oh, hey Buster, what's up? Drinking milk, I see. Scrapping against me like a sandpaper. The silence in the hallway is unsettling. You can hear a pin drop. There isn't a single sign of life. No running in terror. No. The other silence is making me question what I saw on the monitor just now.
異常はないよな。
Everything seems normal? Let's see here. I walk through the hallway. Sweat forms into beads and run down my forehead. It's so quiet. I'm starting to feel that I'm the intruder here. Intruder. 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 Normally, you exterminate any pests that intrude in a place like this. It's all I can do to calm myself down. I readjust the grip on my knife so the sweat doesn't make it slip from my palm. I feel nauseous. There's a pressure near my temples. Somewhere between my eyes and my brain, my nerves experience a strange pull. As if my eyes were trying to crawl into my brain cavity. Or maybe my brain's trying to swallow my eyes? I bite against the dull, aching pain as I'm traversed through the heat wave blasting me from all sides. Alright, Shiki's tweaking. My eyes grow heavy. My eyelids feel like they're gaining mass. My body sways. I might just pass out. Okay. I have obtained an item with channel points. Oh, sorry, that's something else. It's how I feel just before I collapse from anemia. It hurts. The pain is so unbearable. I have to take off my glasses. I look down. I look into the direction of the elevators. The corridor is so long. It gotta be more than 20 meters to the elevators from here. It's too far, I tell myself. Go back to the room. Ah! No, I didn't register my thing. What? This is what you get when you only use one controller. Dang. Oops, auto. What is this? A few more steps, and there'll be no more going back. A clear sound. A gentle chime of the elevator shatters the silence, as if to herald the destruction of this pure, empty space devoid of life. Her forbidden chill stops me in my tracks. My eyes are pulled towards the unwanted intrusion. A small elevator light stops. It has arrived at its destination. I can see the lines stretching across the elevator door in the distance, though, shrouded by so many, a dense web of them, I can barely see the door. The door opens. I peer inside the cramped metal box. Bruh, where's all this blood coming from? The inside, it's overflowing with flesh. The flesh of things that were alive until a moment ago. Are those dogs? Holy shit. That's rough. My breathing ceases. Just like my brain refuses to process the things I'm seeing to do, my lungs abandon their duty. I stare at the scene within the elevator. A thick chunk of red meat are packed tight as they can be within the metal box. The middle of it is two dogs tearing at their morbid flesh. Blech, feast, blech. Sorry, I'm just... what am I looking at? My vision turns red. With a nauseating, squeaking noise, a gelatinous mass of meat oozes out of the elevator. A sea of blood, carcasses, bone, brain, fingers, and viscera. The pool of carnage only houses two living residents, the dogs. The rational part of my brain refuses to accept the scene as reality. At the end of the hallway, the dogs are still digging into the mutilated cadavers. Terrible news surrounding travels up the elevator shaft. Discordant screams spill into the hallway. If I strain my eyes, I can just make out the sounds of flesh being gone on. Nondon? And then intermingled with this thread of despair, so anguished they hardly sound human. It feels like my hearing has found a shortcut to my imagination. Even though I couldn't see it with my eyes, the carnage is still too clear in my eyes' mind. People being burned alive. People being eaten alive. A man notices the unusual temperature and leaves his room to flee. The second he opens the door, he is enveloped by a hellish fire that roasts him to the bone. A young girl sobs in despair, locked in her room. When the flames from the lobby reach her floor, she is in the bathtub. The water seems and bubbles, boiling her alive and turning her ruptured flesh to ash from the inside out. Many clamor to get onto the elevator that arrives. Inside, they find it already packed with bodies of those who tried to escape before. By the time the newcomer realizes those present are no longer human, they are already being consumed. Ugh. There are two types of screams. Those are born from the fear of being eaten, and those born from the fear of being burned alive. There is no exceptions. The small elevator is a microscope of what the hotel has become. The vision of hell is so close that I can feel the agony flush against my skin. Ugh. Ugh, I hear the little eepy noise. Eepy. That's so gross. I want to throw up, but I can't. If I did, I'll become a part of this horrible ocean of red. Gross. Uh, uh, I force my body to remember how to breathe. I grind my teeth together to regain a sense of control. I don't think I can make that noise. The dogs notice me. As soon as they do, all sounds from the floor below stops. That can only mean one thing. No one else is alive. The dogs breaks into a sprint towards me. I am the only prey left within their hunting grounds. The black hound approaches me. Their bodies are marked with countless lines. But they're no use to me now. My mind is too paralyzed to do anything. I can't even decide wherever to fight or flee. One of the dogs leap. No humans can even come close to matching its speed. It covers 20 meters of the hallway in less than 2 seconds. It maws opens wide. Sharp and saw-like teeth reach for my throat. The dog's movements are fast and deadly efficient. The second my mind manages to process that it is leaping at me, the beast closes his fangs around my neck with a terrible goshing noise. Okay. This is where Shikitono dies. No, that isn't right. This won't kill me. I won't die here. Seeing death isn't new to me. It was a hot summer day. It feels so long ago, yet it's merely 7 years. Back then, I witnessed something far more horrifying. I thrust my knife into the forehead of the dog that tried to gnaw at my throat. As if on autopilot, my arm swung up the second the monster canine touches my skin, before it could pierce my quadrenal artery. We got Mr. Badass over here. Let's go, Shiki! I surprised even myself. Like a machine whose only function is cutting and slicing, I thread the knife through the dog's forehead with mechanical precision. It comes easy, as I'm merely cutting through one of the dog's lines. Normally, destroying an animal brain won't cause its body to cease function immediately. The muscle will move and swash in response to its brain's final signals, carrying out their last command to the beast of their ability. Even if I tore my blade straight through the dog's head, its fangs would still tear through my neck. But this is different. I didn't just kill the dog. I brought it death. Death means total sedation. No matter how monstrous the dog was, it lose every ounce of power the second I killed it. And it dissolves into nothingness, like my soul. It falls limply to the ground. The second dog is already lunging towards me in its place. I stab the knife through its wide open jaw. My blade brushes into its west flesh. The skin of the dog may be oddly tough, but its insides are soft and yieldy. Its flesh and bone has long rotted. If I mess up this time, the dog's lines aren't on its head. They're all congregated around its chest. I managed to stab it, but the damage has been done. It's little more than a flesh wound. The knife has pierced the dog's maw, reaching the back of its head, which naturally means the hand holding the knife is now fully enveloped in the creature's mouth. Ugh. The dog is still very much alive. It clamps its jaw shut around my outstretched arm. I feel a strain as it pulls against the soft cartilage between my hand and wrist, and any moment now, it tears straight through my flesh. The pain is enough to snap me back to reality. This fucking hurts. What the hell am I going to do? Getting my arm torn to shreds just to stick a knife into a dog's mouth? You piece of... I struggle and squirm, trying to wrench my arm out of its vice-like grip. As something goshes at my arm, an intense pain shoots up through my nerves like firework. It tastes feels like they're struck deep within my arm, but it feels awfully lively for something with a knife in its skull. The dog presses his weight against me, toppling both of us and pinning me down against the carpet. Ugh. My brain is driven hard against the floor, but even now, the grip on my arm hasn't loosened one bit. With my knife still plunged deep inside its head, the black dog tightens its jaw further. It's gonna rip my arm off! This is insane. What kind of dog keeps biting down in a situation like this? Damn you! Something warm and wet drips down my elbow. Red blood is dripping from the dog's frenzied, quivering lips. It might be the dog's blood trickling down my arm from the knife. or it might be my blood, flowing freely as the dog tries to render my arm into mincemeat. Yo, Shiki, I'm not gonna hold you, right? You should get that fucking checked out, bro. You probably got every blood disease known to man at this point. To my scrambled brain, it doesn't matter much. Let me go. The dog refuses to release its prize. There is no way I could run away from this dog still, clinging to my arm. Oh god, not that running away was ever an option to begin with. Nor did I had any intention of doing so. Let's see here. Nor did I have any. I was just wanted to survive. And in order to survive, there was only ever one condition. All I have to do is kill. Okay, that's kind of metal as fuck, I'm not gonna lie. But now... But how do I do that? It won't be long until one of my arms gets chewed off. Its arm is still grappling the knife. The full weight of the dog has me trapped against the carpet. Even if I managed to pull my arm free, chances are the dog would have its jaw hit my neck the very next second. Heh. The desperate circumstances force a weak chuckle to escape my lips. I just need some time to ascertain the situation, some time to really think it through. That's how I've always done things. That's how I was taught. I don't know, Shiki, you do some fucking we ball stuff a lot. Like, not gonna hold you, Chief. So, like, look. See how there's plenty of lines running along the back of the dog's head? The path to survival is blindingly clear. Alright. Duh. This is a wild beast, a monster that devours humans. But when it's close to me, I am painfully aware of its wildly beating heart, burning its own desire to live. Duh! It clamps down my arm, even harder than before. I'm such an idiot. I'm so stupid. I wish it was me wearing my own throat out. It's killed or be killed. A natural, universal law. So why? Why does this supposed cruelty of the action give me so much pause? Cheeky, that's simple. You're just not used to it. Anyway, a thick drop of blood splashes against my face. The red fluid drips from my forehead and into my eyes. My vision is painted in a deep, dark crimson. Ah! It burns itself into my retinas until red is all I can see. The warm, vitreous liquid strikes me as oddly familiar. My consciousness slowly slips away from me. That's rough, Shiki. Even so. I can't kill something that's alive. Bruh, it's trying to fucking maul you! Hypocrite. You already killed something much bigger than some mutt. Ah, that's right. That time was different. With Arquid, Shiki Tono wasn't even thinking clearly at all. Even when I was killed that big dog, it was as if my own body moved on its own without my input. But this time, it requires me to make a conscious decision. Didn't Master tell you something, Shiki? To use this power for yourself and not for someone else? That's why. As long as I stay who I am, as long as I remain a decent human being, I will never take any life for granted. Hypocrite. You done it all before, long ago. Uh, a bad dream from my childhood. Look, what's holding you back now? It was a hot summer day. It's killed or be killed. Before me is a figure of a young boy drenched in blood. Oh, hey, Ivan, what's up? You've already... My hands are stained with warm, red blood. Killed before, haven't you? Ah, you're just working? That's cool. Well, have fun reading a visual novel. I stabbed. Rather than extend my arm, I instantly buried it deeper as I sliced through the beast's skull. Yeah, don't let your friends catch you watching this. A pain shriek echoes in my eardrums. Unable to carry out properly with my arm jammed down its throat, the dog wails resembles a woman's shrill scream. We killed Scooby! Oh no! Nah, let's say we killed Scrappy. Void the lawsuit, we'll be fine. It must be a tremendous pain. Not that it matters. I drive the knife deeper inside, together with my mangled arm. The blade pokes up from the back of the dog's skull. I split its skull effortlessly, slicing through its hide. Scatter globs of blood and brain across the carpet. Ew! Ew, that's gross. I'm sorry. I don't know why this is what gets me. Before I knew it, I thrust both my knife and my arm cleanly through the back of the dog's skull. And yet, it still lives. The only thing left for me to do... I take the knife of my blooded right hand and move it to my left. Impale the dog's body trembles and squirms, seemingly pleading for mercy. It even stops digging its fangs into my flesh, as if to show remorse. Like I fucking care. Damn, Shiki, I run my blade along the beast's lines and quickly dismantle its body. Jesus Christ, school? Okay. So, did you get another bad end by choosing to stay inside the room? No, but I should have. But it's like, I'm not here to collect all the endings. I'll do that another day. I looked down on which one's filled with life. The limp body no longer protests as I finally remove my arms from his maw. The hell? You hardly even bit me. It takes a long look. I take a long look at my bloodied arm. My school uniform has been torn to shreds, but the gouges in my flesh aren't even a centimeter deep. The dilute of blood dripping down my arm earlier must belong to the dog. It doesn't even hurt that badly anymore. My fear must have clouded my mind and amplified the pain of the heat of the moment. Cheeky being fucking weird again. BRB, I'm gonna see if I could try to fix my PGN. Alright, I'm back. Yay, I fixed it. Weird. I'm still lying down on the floor, staring at the ceiling. My head. It hurts so much. My world is a patchwork of stitches together by the lines of death. Though my limbs are freezing cold, my mind is spinning with fever. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun at all. The corpse of the two dogs are right beside me. One of my arms is covered with blood, while the other one is clutching the reddened knife. Beneath the floor are mangled and sharp corpses of victims that died in the pandemonium. Whoa, pandemonium looks way different than I thought it would. There's nothing I can do but laugh. Because this isn't real. It can't possibly be real. I'm normal. Totally normal. The only weird thing here is this dream. The second I wake up, it all goes away. But when I start dreaming with my eyes open, the elevator chimes. Such a cute, clear noise. Entirely inappropriate for the current situation. The elevator? It's the elevator adjacent to the one that brought the dogs. My exhausted brain doesn't even try to complicate what this means. The door opens. My mind might not be working, but my body will have to. It's in a dull haze. I grip the knife in my right hand and haul myself up to face the oncoming tragedy. I don't want to do this. I'm weirdly gazed inside of a new arrived elevator. Inside it is nothing. It's completely empty. as if of it anticlimactic in its own way. The danger has passed. Everything is over, and I already got in the grasp of the situation on the lower floors. Which means that there's no reason for me to stick around here. I turn to leave when 'Someone! Anyone! Please! Anybody!' I hear a woman's voice. She sounds so desperate. It almost seems out of touch with reality. Her pleading screams grow in volume, accompanied by painstaking footfalls. There's no mistaking it. It must be a survivor. Out of breath, she finally frantically works her way up to the stairwell next to the elevators.
やった。ここ燃えてない。
Oh, thank God. This place isn't on fire yet. She sounds so relieved, but she doesn't slow her pace. Within moments, I can see her, spilling from the stairwell and into the hallway.
ねえ、そこの君。
Hey, you! You! She starts running against as she takes notice of
やっ
me.
た。助かった。私、助かった。
Thank God, there's someone else here. I'm saved. Her expression overcast and pale with fear. It lit up by a flash of joy as her eyes focused on me. Eh? A white-gloved hand sees her, ripping her from her salvation back into hell. Oh, she got bad touched. Oh no. Not the bad touch. No. No, please. No. 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 Still watching me, the woman begs for help. And then she falls silent. No resistance, no constraints that binds her. The second she is grabbed, she loses consciousness, as if this was a dream, and she was snapped awake, leaving only her body behind. I think that's the opposite, but I'll let you cook, Natsu. I trust you. Stop. Stop this at once. That woman. She has nothing to do with this. She was just a sweet and innocent girl. Preying on her is...
やめ
Stop! Oh, yeah. My cries come too late. I thought they would have changed anything. My eyes are fixated on the woman's neck. Staring orbs of light flickered and scattered within my vision. Rage like never before boils in my chest. My vision clears, and I see two soulless pits among a deluge of blood. Ugh. Yo, they're putting scary back into vampires. Let's go. Fuck Twilight. Anyway, a woman's legs twitch ever so lightly, her fingers jolting reflectively. All emotion, all life, drained from her face. It had to be the first time I ever seen it happen. I don't need to be familiar with the sight to comprehend the horrific spectacle in front of me. The drinking, the gulping of the monster is almost unnaturally loud against the otherwise silent hallway. As it had its fill, the monster discards her body without a second thought. Her body wavers, frail, like a withered tree. A ballerina, tiptoeing the fine line between life and death. I gaze at her pitiful form. The woman is totally silent. The only sound is that of rushing blood. Then her back splits open. Jesus Christ. In a single moment, a fountain of blood erupts. What the fuck? The vampire sighs in relief as he bathes in the scarlet shower. I'm sorry. What? Oh my god. That's horrifying. In an instant, everything around me changes. The sweltering temperatures finally seem to match up with reality. A dam of fire bursts, flooding out all at once. The hallway is absolutely enveloped by flame. The heat presses against me, stinging and stinging at my skin like claws. If I were to take a breath now, I'll surely burn my lungs. Something is strange here. The flames continue licking as their surroundings. And yet, the building isn't on fire. As the only thing still alive here, I'm the only one left to feel this inferno. My headache intensifies. The man begins walking my way. It's clear that he's the source of this river of flames. The closer he gets, the more terrible the heat becomes. He's still 15 meters away from me, but even at this distance, it's impossible for me to breathe. I realize that nothing could survive this man's vicinity. The proximity alone could lead to certain incineration. Jesus Christ, chill. Why are you so broken? The shadow continues onward in my direction. He leans, he's lean and tall, wearing an antique clothes topped by a heavy fur coat. Though his figure may be human-like, everything about him screams that he's anything but. There's something off about him. Something wild and crazed. Only 13 meters now. He continues without a sound. I glared at the man, knife firmly in hand. He doesn't respond. I started to wonder if he even can see me. 10 meters. I trained my eyes on his body. Aimed the raising flame, I could finally see the lines of death that covers him. Oh, you got a couple. Okay, he can die. Yay! If there's a line, there's a death. Yay! My brain feels like a soup boiling over on an open flame. Oops. What is that? A dense and inordinate torrent of death swirls at the center of it all. Oh, a death point. At the center of the torrent is an odd glimmer, bright and shiny, like a precious jewel. Ugh. My head hurts too much to keep staring at it. It's like how staring straight into a sun will burn your retinas. There is no way I can directly stare at his core for too long. If I don't steel myself, my brain itself might rupture at the sight of it. 8 meters. He draws ever closer. The temperature rises, though not enough to cook through a human flesh. Yet. 6 meters. The man stops. His focus falls on me. It took him this long to notice me standing there. I meet his gaze. I shouldn't make eye contact. Awkward words of warning rings clearly in my ears. I can't tear my eyes away. I can't ignore the abyss before me. He's different. His eyes can't be the mystic eyes Arco was talking about. These are extremely fundamentally different. They aren't eyes that bind the viewer. They just filled with madness. The eyes of one who has lost his mind. A madman. A poor, helpless man, driven crazy by his own impulses. A man just like me. My instinct screams at me to get out of danger. Every alarm bell, every alarm in my body tells me this is bad news. But my body won't move, not even as much as a single fingertip. Danger singles fires through my snap this. I'm learning a new. He's going to zone. No. I mean, it's only 6 feet. I think we could run up and stab him, right? No matter the cost, I have to get away from him. If I don't, it will end up being the end for me. But I'm too late. The creature with sickly eyes stare at me, but barely pays me any notice. From its outstretched hands unfolds a fire that burns me alive. I'm going to die. This fire is real, as it is terrifying. To differ from the blue flames that flood the hall, there was some sort of byproduct of the effect that to its cause. They could swallow you alive, but you won't die immediately. They'll scorch you with some awful phantom pain that feeds off life itself. But these flames are different. Just getting close to it is enough to char the skin, enough to burn all organic matter to ash. The fire engulfs me from all sides, like claws sizing its prey. It will cleave my body in two, neatly cauterizing the flesh where it's ripped apart. The only thing more real than this fire is my fate. Yet just before I die, my body is flung backwards with a snap. Arquid? The name creaks from my throat. My mind goes blank. I have a rough understanding of what just transpired. Arquid pulled me back before setting in front of me to absorb the blow from the cinder fiery hand. But what I don't understand is why she did it. Wasn't I supposed to be her shield? So why is she getting hurt to protect me instead? Arquid's face scrunches up in pain. Oh shoot. The man hits her with the flaming claw again and again. But this time she doesn't have to pull me out of the fire's way. Arquid swings her right hand like she did in the alley, battering the flames away. Oh my gosh, she's ping pong with fire. Nice. But she is unable to extinguish the flames entirely, and the lingering embers strike her head on. Does that mean even Arquid could be burned if she took the full brunt of those flames? As if they were hot enough to kill her, this woman with barely any lines on her was supposed to be so far removed from death? The entry clash lasts less than 5 minutes. The two exchange a dozen blows each way. I don't understand why. But when they're done, the man solemnly lowers his arm. He stares at Arquid intently, not saying a single word. Arquid glares back bitterly as she clutches her red abdomen. The man has eyes for nothing but Arquid. He doesn't even care if I'm here, safe behind Arquid's protection, finger clutching a knife. Oh, he's breathing heavy. Valor slips from the man's lips. His breath is heavy. It's like he's being pushed through an exhaustion pipe as he reaches for his left hand to find something beneath the coat. I hear a faint metallic click. It gotta be some kind of blade. He is hiding a long object underneath his coat, the same object he used to rend through the back of the woman as he turned her into a fountain of blood. Ugh. He takes one step closer to Arkwit. His weapon is carefully concealed beneath his coat.
無礼者豚でなければ名を名乗れ
Insolent boar. Only a swine will fail to speak their name before battle.
それとも貴様の親は最低限の言葉も教えぬ刀師だったのか
Or did your sire neglect to teach you the most basic level of decorum? Oh, it's her mystic eyes. The man stops in his tracks. A light flickered behind his hollow eyes, as if he's only just remembering himself. I don't even know what language Ark would use, but that man clears his throat and composes himself. His voice carries a current bit of pain, like he has forgotten where he is a living being until just now. I know the proper decorum. I merely possess no name to share with you.
礼儀はなっていないけど恥だけは足りているようね
You may be lacking in etiquette, but at least you still know shame. So you lost your original name. Surely, there's some way to address you, though. You only just inherited the title, but you're still an ancestor. The atmosphere in the hall shifts. The Azura flame wells up the corner, burning even brighter. It looks like Arkwit hit a sore spot. Vlov. A pain expression paints his face. Vlov, Archangle. He declares his name.
知らない名前私が記録していない以上正当な後継者とも思えないもしかして親は自滅
Can't say I've heard of you. Since I got no record of you, I doubt you were a legitimate successor. Did you sire destruction themselves? Sorry, destroy. No, it was I who dispatched my liege. Ah, so you only just became an ancestor. Have you come to make a name for yourself by killing me next? Prestige and glory are found within the heart. I take only which I desire.
心構えは立派だけどそれなら私だけに絞りなさい
I admire your courage, but you should focus on me alone.
これはちょっとやりすぎよ
You're kind of overdoing it here.
いや、この都市は汚れている。
No, this city is tainted.
焼き尽くさなければ俺の心情に戻る。
If I am to follow my creed, I must cleanse this place in flame.
あそうつまり蛮族同然の三流使徒だったわけ
Really? So you're just a third-rate dead apostle, no better than a barbarian. I am aware of my own crudeness. Princes of the true ancestors, surrender your heart to me. Oh shit, he's doing the flames! The area around Vlov twists with the simmering heat. Like a river bursting through its banks, the fire rushes in our direction. Arkwit stands in front of me like a brick water, holding back the flood from swelling me whole.
動かないで式。この炎があいつの武器。
Don't move, Shiki. These flames are his weapon. If you want to be more than a pile of
私の
ashes...
後ろから離
Oh,
れない。
sorry. Yeah, if you want to be more than a pile of ashes by the time this is over, you better stay well behind me. I appreciate her warning, but something about her words strike me odd. This is his weapon? Is she really sure about that? I mean, after creating these high temperatures, he's still... No, this isn't the time to think about that. Focusing, I tightly grip the knife in my hand. He's coming. The hallway is now a cavern of flame. Bob pulls the blade from his coat. Huh? The motherfucker just turned into fucking mist? Huh? Huh? Amashiki, huh? For some strange reason, Bob suddenly turns his back towards us. He strides down the hall and leisurely enters the elevator, leaving us behind if nothing has happened. What? Okay. Now I'm officially don't understand a goddamn thing. I don't understand those dogs. I don't understand those flames that covered the hallway. I don't understand the walking nightmare that attacked the hotel.
しき
Shiki. Arkwood slumps against me with a thud. She got a nasty wound. It looks like she managed to stop the bleeding, but her face is contorted in pain. It's still fresh. After all, she's only just received the wound while she was shielding me from the certain death.
そうだよ。お前、なんで
I'm here. Why did you...
ちょっと甘く見てた。
I may have underestimated him a little.
あれくらいなら式を助けて私も軽くかわせると思ったんだけど。
I thought I could just jump in to save you and still make light work of him.
さすがだね式。
But maybe I underestimated you too?
式にやられた傷そんなに甘くなかったみたい。
That wound you gave me was no joke. Her face is still scrunched up in pain. Arca smiles as if she was amused by her own words. I can't bear to look at her. Not only did she just suffer those wounds while protecting me, I'm the reason she's this weak in the first place. So why is she still smiling at me so stupidly? How am I even supposed to respond? Arca leans against me, putting her weight on my shoulder as she closes her eyes.
ちょっと待て。何目を閉じてるんだ、バカ
Hold on, wait, don't close your eyes, you dumbass.
しっかりしろ。お前は夜なら死なない吸血鬼なんだろ
Pull yourself together. Aren't you some kind of super vampire who can't die at night?
でも私なんだか限界みたい。
Yeah, well, it seems like I hit my limit. Huh?
帰っておいて。
Sorry, but can you help me get back to my apartment? Arkwick collapsed against me. I managed to catch her just in time, arms wrapped tight around her slender body.
ちょっと待ってくれ。そんな。
Hold on! Wait, just 1 second. If you die here on me, I really have no idea how to respond.
起きろ、アルクエド
Damn it! Wake up! Arkwood! I shout at her, shivering. Her eyes remain closed. When... Motherfucker out here taking a nap. What the fuck? Bruh! Out here giving me a goddamn heart attack. Her soft snoring sounds so content. I'm starting to feel like an idiot for being worried about her at all. Yeah, my concern was wasted on her. She's not dying. She just fell asleep.
部屋まで連れてけって。
Sure, whatever. I'll drag you back all the way home. keep tossing around those selfish commands, why don't you? It's not like there's any other option, though. We can't exactly stay at the hotel when it's like this. Things get difficult if you stick around the scene of a massacre. Despite everything being limited to just the hotel, as morning comes and people arrive, it's quickly be clear what happened. Ugh, my head still hurts. Arquid is the only one who's at our limit. I put my glasses back on to at least alleviate my headache.
ア
Fair
ル
enough.
クエイドの部屋って、あそこか。
Arquid's apartment. Ah, right. I remember where it is now. Even though I only visited once, I still vividly recalled its location. No point in loitering here any longer. I gather up our things from the royal suite, pulled Arquid into my arms, and leave the barren hotel with the feeling of shame pressing down on my shoulders. Fair enough. I do feel like a clown, not gonna lie. It's already light outside. So, that's what it is. It was. We survived the night. Motherfucker got nothing on us. It explains why the men left so suddenly. The sun illuminated the city with its gentle light. The night had given way to the day. Oh, thank Christ. Crazy glass leak. Oh, 100%. For now on, I should just focus on getting Arquid the rest she needs. Taking a taxi is out of the question. We stand out. If a pair this suspicious got into your car, you'll definitely remember their faces. Instead, I carry Arquid as far as the hotel I can before boarding a bus bound for Soya Station. We're lucky. Even in the early hour, there were no witnesses or curious onlookers to point their gaze at us. The emergency exit around the back is exactly like I left it 2 days ago. Neither the resident nor the building's caretaker must notice the lock was broken. It's 6:30 in the morning now. I sneak into the self-proclaimed vampire's room just like I did the last time. Finally, the long mess of a day can be laid to rest. Okay, it's asking for a save. So definitely. Boop. Victory! We made it! We're at day 5 now! Wow, we're actually making a lot of headway through this game. Jesus. Thought it took longer. And I know Arquid's original route had like 12 chapters, I think? And I heard CL has 14, so I think we're lucky. I'm just waiting for CL's route to get, allowed to stream, and I'll definitely do that. Arquid Room doesn't exactly scream vampire. I am here, as well as 2D Angie. Yeah, I'm here. 3D Angie didn't want to come out to play. She wanted a stick broken. Oops. Hold on. Sorry, blah blah blah. The emergency exit around the back exactly how I left it. It's 6:30 in the morning. I sneak this in. Yeah. I wasn't in the right state of mind last time, so I didn't get a good look, but it's just a normal apartment. There isn't a bottle of blood in sight. No more mysterious sculptures or antiques either. She even got a fridge and tableware. She doesn't need... What does she even need these things for? I muttered to myself if I lay her down on the bedside. Oops, bedsheet. Arkin might be light, but that doesn't make it any less exhausting to have to carry her all the way here. I planted myself right there on the floor and catch my breath. It's just about 7 o'clock.
そっか。カーテン閉めてやらないと。
Right, I better close the curtains. I force one last ounce of my strength into my tired bones and shut the curtains. And with that, my body finally releases the tension it's been holding on to all this time. Knock the fuck out. Oh, no, not yet. As I try to sit back down, my knees gave out and send me crashing down onto the floor.
情けない。女の子一人運んだだけで。
How pathetic am I? Getting this tired for lugging a girl around. To be fair, you have anemia. I'm surprised you made it this far. Since my accident, my body has been slow to heal from injuries. Though that was never the cause for me to shy away from working out. The Arimas had a dojo, so I always made sure to exercise as much as I could. Even a common cold can be dangerous if you don't take care of yourself. And since I kept active, I say I'm about as fit as anyone. It's just my stamina that's awful. Like an athlete geared for a single sport, I'm a sprinter that isn't going to be winning any marathons. And I think, surprisingly, to sum Shiki pretty well, not gonna lie. Now that I'm lying on the ground, there is no way I'm getting up again. Could be his anemia, that's what I'm thinking. I spent the entire night talking to Arquin, and it's been a full day since I had anything decent to eat. It's kind of amazing that I managed to hold out this long, frankly. Arquin, I wonder if she's going to be okay. I steal a glance at the girl on the bed. Her abdomen seems to have stopped bleeding, even if she hadn't come back to life after being dismembered. I'm not really sure I need to worry in the first place. What's wrong with me? My head throbs like I have a fever. I'm so tired, I can barely breathe, yet here I am, worried about her more than myself. Maybe I really is coming down with something. Yeah, it's called being a simp. If you don't get laid, Cheeky, you're just a simp. That's my response. Alright, where are we going? What we doing?
この衝突事故はオートバイの
Let's see here. The conclusion is believed to have been caused by a malfunction. It is suspected that a motorcycle brake pedal stopped working just as the rider was coursing down a steep hill.
負傷者は2名
Two people has been reported injured, though fortunately there was no fatalities.
寝ちゃったのか。
I must have fallen asleep. Guess I was tired enough to pass out right there on the floor. It looks like someone opened the curtains and covered me with a blanket while I was snoozing. I waited as past noon now? Vamp pussy. Yeah, that's true. The TV is switched on and playing the same old news in the background. I look to the bed and I don't see
あい
Arquid.
つどこに。
Where did she go? I prop myself to get a better look around. There's a hint of movement coming from the kitchen in the next room. What does she think she's doing, moving around after sustaining an injury like that? Cheeky, you're the last one to talk about that. You be out here getting fucking cut in half and you're walking off. It's like, it was just a wound. Anyway, I shrug off the blanket as I lurch to my feet. I better head to the kitchen and check on her wounds. For our next story, a fire broke out at the
ホームホテルで
Kurimishida Dom Hotel in the early hours of the morning. As no alarms were set off, the blaze remained unnoticed until approximately 6 a.m., when returning hotel staff learned of the situation and alerted the police. The police are currently working in tandem with the fire department to extinguish the remaining fires. I freeze in place. My gaze is drawn back to the newscast. 200 guests staying at the hotel remained unaccounted for. Authorities are working out the flames as soon as possible, but they still have yet to find any survivors. The news anchors continues to drone on about the details in a detached voice. A list of 200 names scrolling across as a photo of the hotel we stayed at last night. Neither Arkwood nor my name was listed. Police indicated that this might not have been an ordinary fire. Damage to some of the interior walls of the hotel suggests that an structural fault might have caused the explosion that... Ooh, excuse me, hiccups. I turn off the TV. 200 guests remain unaccounted for. They have yet to find any survivors? If they already knew what they knew, why hold on and tell anyone the truth? That every last person in the hotel was engulfed by those insane flames and burned to the crisps like chicken nuggets, leaving nothing behind. I resisted the urge to hurl. I cannot. Not here. Not now. I simply feeling sick would make me no better than swine. When coming out of that alive, the only thing I should let myself feel is hatred. Okay, Shiki. The fucking edgelord. 200 people. 200 people of whom not a trace remains. Who were massacred without a shred of sympathy or mercy. His face flares vividly in my mind. I don't know who he is. All I know is that he's a monster behind the carnage, and he looks like he needs to take a nap, a shower, and go to the fucking hairdresser, bro. Man looking like he a bum that stole someone's nice clothes. Not gonna lie. Is my heart numb from all the things I saw? Fear is still coursing through my veins. Anger too, coiling around like a snake. Yet my thoughts remain cool and collected. It's like my brain and heart were working on two different frequencies. Just thinking about the fur-clad man was making me want to rage. Yet my fingertips tingle with alertness, primed for action. I don't need emotions to know what to do. I don't need fiery heat or passion. All I need to do is cleanly cut those lines. Shiki not wrong. Hey, Arkwood, what's up? Oh, you're awake. Arkwood pokes her head out from the kitchen.
怖い顔しちゃって何かあった？
You're making one hell of a face. What's up? Arkwood talks to me casually, like nothing happened. Oh, nothing really. Morning.
おはよ
Good morning. I don't often get the chance to wish someone good morning. Her sweet smile takes me by surprise, and I need to swallow hard to even out my breathing. The cold thoughts of vengeance that clog my mind melts like snow before the sun. True. Cute girl does shit to a man, bro. What was I even thinking about? Get it together, Shiki. The whole reason you got in the first place was to check on Arkwood.
アルクエド、傷はいいのか？
Arkwood, how are your wounds?
傷？ええ、とりあえず問題ないわ。
Yeah, all good. I think? Arkwood seems to be just fine. It looks like she's back to the way she was before. If anything, she definitely looks better than I'm feeling right now.
そうか。それならよかった。
I see. I'm glad to hear that. At least the person in my immediate vicinity is safe. You're not a complete loser, Shiki. Ah, what the hell am I thinking about? Arquid isn't even a person, at least not in the usual sense. How did I forget that? I still must be half asleep.
でもまあいいことには変わりはないよな。
Well, either way, that's great news.
お前の傷大したことじゃなかったんだから。
I guess the wound of yours wasn't all that bad.
へえ。
Oh? Why the sudden care and concern? You were calling me a monster just a few hours ago. And I still think that way. But that won't stop me from being grateful anyway. You did more or less save my life out there. Huh? Did I? Arquid eyes wide with surprise. Did she not even realize she rescued me?
そうだよ。
Yeah, you did. So I guess I'm trying to say thanks for protecting me. If you hadn't pulled me aside, I would have burned to a crisp. It's really fine though. I'm kind of the reason you came face to face with love in the first place. I don't deserve your thanks. My spaghetti!
その点だけは本当に感謝してる。
That doesn't change what happened. You protected me with your life, and I'm grateful for that.
そうだけど。
I guess I did do that, but...
やっぱりそれは違うよ、シキ。見張り役を引き受けなければ、あなたはあんな目には合わなかった。
It still feels off somehow. You shouldn't have to go through all of that if you hadn't agreed to my lookout.
シキの生活に毒を混ぜたのは私よ。私を憎みこそすれ、感謝するのは間違ってるんじゃない？
I'm the one that brought this danger into your life. I don't understand if you were angry, but instead you're grateful? How does that work? Arquid has gotten really caught up on this. Should I be blaming you instead?
自分の行動は自分で責任を持つ。
Yeah, forget that. I need to take responsibility for choosing to stick around. Somebody once taught me that our actions are our own. Yeah, no matter what other things. We had to decide for ourselves what we want to do and follow through. Yeah, which is why I don't hold the slightest grudge against her over the whole guard thing either. If anyone is to blame for getting me into the situation, it's myself. While I'm eating... Well, you're eating spaghetti? I'm hungry. Now that you mention it, the only reason I needed you as my shield was because you killed me in the first place. Get Arquid off the screen. Bring in the real Arquid. Neko Arc. Alright, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave this chat. Goodbye. Which means that I don't have to apologize for getting you involved.
ああ、そういうこと。自業自得なんだよ、今の俺は。
You got it. I brought this on myself. Well, when you put it like that... Your luck is pretty terrible, isn't it? If you'd gone and killed any other girl, none of this would have happened.
あのな。
Free my boy. Tama, he was a good boy. Nah, he's going to Brazil now. Hey now. That's assuming I would have killed someone else at all. It's not like I make a habit out of stalking people down the street and murdering them. No one tells Shiki, but it kinda is his habit. Arquid was the first and only person who I ever felt that uncontrollable urge to kill. I had a feeling that I wouldn't just feel that for someone else. Yes, I can meet Brazilian Miku! Sorry.
何？忘れ物でも
I
思い出
don't
した
know
の？
why. Every time I hear Miku, the only thing I could think of is that Miku joke of the Miku Miku beam! And I'm just... It's just funny for me. I'm sorry. Anyway, what is this? Did you just remember something?
いや、忘れ物というか、なんていうか。考えてみれば、どうして俺はお前を殺そうなんて思ったんだろう。
Not really. It's just... Now that I think of it, why did I want to kill you? Arkwood knits her brows in disapproval. Me too, Arkwood. A fair reaction. Miku, dayo! Alright, I need to stop. You wouldn't want to hear that your murderer doesn't even know why they killed you. I'm sorry. Do you need a reason?
だって式は根っからのさ。
I figured it just came naturally that you were just some serial killer.
は？
Come again?
私を襲った時なんてすごく手慣れていたものね。
The eyes from wholesome Chungus. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm blushing. Anyway, you were so skilled and practiced when you attacked me.
チャイムを押して。
Ringing the doorbell, thrusting your hand behind the door the second I opened it, forcing your way in.
驚いている間に狙撃で生命活動を停止させて、あとはザックザクに切り裂いてバラバラにする。
You took advantage of my surprise to deliver the first blow, ceasing my vital functions when you sliced me up into more than a dozen pieces.
うん。あの不意打ちは完璧だった。
Honestly speaking, your surprise attack was perfect. Okay, Arkwood, low-key you're kinda sounding horny.
そのままキャンバスに閉じ込めれば、それ以
I don't
上
know.
はないほど
Vampires
にな
got
るくらい
different taste
完
in
璧
men,
だ
bro.
った。
That's what I'm learning right now. So perfect. If you could have captured that scene on campus, it would undoubtedly be a masterpiece.
私がまだ正常なままだったら、お城に持ち帰って飾ってあげたいぐらい。
The kind I want to bring back to me and hang it up around the castle. It was that magnificent. Arkwood excitedly rambles off. A Latin of bizarre praise. Huh? But there was just one issue. But you picked the wrong girl to kill this time around.
式点で年貢の納め時だったんじゃない？
I don't know how many people you killed so far, but karma finally came to bite you when you picked me as your prey. You're being so weird this morning. Oops. If you got something to say, then out with it. It's not like there's any reason for us to be coy around each other, right? How right she is. I nod and beckon her to come closer. Oh, what is it? Are we sharing secrets? Arkwood closes the gap between us quickly, eyes sparkling with anticipation. Bring my lips closer to her ears and decide to say my piece. You see, Arkwood. Yeah, go on. 1, 2. You're way off base, you idiot! Sorry for your ears. My voice echoes throughout the apartment. I blast Arkwood's eardrums with all the volume I can muster. Ow. Arkwood groans as she makes a big show of clutching her ears.
もう、頭きた。突然何するのよ、式。
Oh! You jerk! What the hell, Shiki?
怒りたいのはこっちの方だ。
I'm the one who should be pissed off here.
なんか微妙にめちゃくちゃな。
I thought you were out of your mind when you started ordering me to do all this insane stuff. But you know what? Now it all makes sense. Huh? What does? The entire time, you thought I was some kind of
に
mass
盾になるとか
murderer.
見張りをやれとか無茶な注文をしてきたことだよ。
That's why you had no problem asking me to be your shield or guard or whatever against those monsters. Damn it! Do you even realize how badly you misjudged me? Alright, I'll let you in on a little secret, alright? I'm not some serial killer or a homicidal maniac. You're just the first person I ever killed. Alright, no one tell Shiki that he's low-key fucking built to kill people. Let him figure that out himself. Alright, so my confession must have come as quite the surprise. Her sheer shock must make me realize how extraordinary it was that I murdered her.
嘘。あんなに手慣れてて、あれが初めてだったっていうの、シキ。
No way. I was your first? But you seem so used to it.
そう。
Yeah, that's right. I may have weird eyes, but I've done my best to live a decent life. Which is to say, I never, ever had the urge to kill someone by cutting through their lines before. It's the anemic and vampires suck
それ
blood.
じゃあどうして
All anemic
見ず
killed
知らずの
vampires
私を
out of
殺したりしたの
jealousy.
よ。
I guess so? That's one way to look at this? Why did you kill me? We never even met before.
だからそれが
That's exactly the thing. I'm about to tell her I don't know. And I pause when I realize what coward I am. Why don't vampires just suck pee-pee?
俺は
You see, there is one vampire that does that, but they're half succubus. So, I'll let you figure that out. Don't worry, the joke didn't land. Wait, there was a joke? Yeah, you're right about that not landing. Back then, when I passed you on the street, I was overcome by a desire so strong, I felt like throwing up. From the second I saw her, I could only think of her snow white form. I couldn't stop the lust welling up beneath my skin, nor the vulgar grin that crept across my face as I chased her down, like a fucking weirdo.
俺はそのまま
So, I came here. Before I realized it, right here in this room, without rhyme or reason, I chopped up the beautiful figure that stood in the puddle of her own bloody remains. Oh. Strength evaporates from my body. No longer able to stand, I dropped to my knees. He randomly cut off the middle finger. Why? I don't know. What the fuck? No, Len dreams. Yeah, no, Len's too controversial of a character right now. We did see a glimpse of her in Melty Blood type Lumina in the last boss rush, but I don't think you were there when I played it, unfortunately. Even if she's alive now, even if she was never human to begin with, the fact remains that I killed her with my own two hands.
何よ、またいきなりだ。
What's with you going all silent on me again?
そうかって、何がそうなの、シキ。
What do you
だ
realize?
からごめんって
I really should be apologizing to
いけ
you.
ない
I've been used to how weird this all was to avoid something incredibly important.
ごめんごめんなアルクエイド
I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry, Arquid.
俺は君をここで殺した
I killed
俺は
you
何よりそのことを
right here in
一
this
番最初に
apartment.
謝らないといけなかったのに
I should have apologized to you from the moment we first met. No wonder Arkwood thought I was just some cold-blooded killer. Without showing any guilt or remorse, I've been acting like I was the victim. Not just that, even now I still don't know why. I killed you. There's no changing that.
だから
For my actions, I need to be punished.
みんなの社会に混ぜるわけには
A kid like me shouldn't be allowed to roam the streets with the rest of society. What I did was beyond evil. A person who decides to take a life without any reason doesn't deserve to walk free. I see.
四季は本当に自分でも理由がわからないのね。
So you really don't know what you did? I nod, still hanging my head.
つまり楽しいとも感じなかったってことでしょ。
Which means you didn't get any enjoyment from it, I'm guessing.
確かにさには息をするみたいに人を殺すやつもいるけど、四季は普段はまともっぽいよね。
There are some people out there who killing is as easy as breathing. But you're different from that, aren't you? I guess. At least I try to be.
まっとうすぎるぐらいまともよ、あなたは。
You're telling me. Sometimes you're just too straight-laced for your own good.
それで殺したくなったのは私だけなの？
Have you ever wanted to kill someone else? Like you killed me?
ああアルクエド以外にはそんな気持ちにはならなかった
No, I never felt that way about anyone else. Then there's no problem, is there, silly?
なんかじゃないよ。
Come on, stop looking so down, cheeky. You're not a killer. I lift my head as I've been forgiven. Arkwood is smiling, brimming with such confidence and trust that it startles me. I killed her, but she believes in me more than I believe in myself. There's no need for you to face punishment either.
たまたま四季が殺したいって思った相手が私で、厄介なことに四季にこれ以上ない殺人技巧が備わっていた。
If there were a chance that it was me you wanted to kill, and unfortunately for me, you happen to be the best human equipped to do so.
私が吸血鬼だったんだから、誰も死んでないでしょ。
But luckily for the both of us, I'm a vampire, so nobody died.
よ。人間たちの社会の道徳も気にしなくていいと思う。
So you don't have to be so torn up about it. And there's no need for you to be worried about being cast out of society or any of that either.
弾劾できない。だって今のところ世界で四季を責めていいのは被害者で私と当事者。
What judge is going to sentence you? You know, the only ones on the planet who can blame you are the victim. That'll be me and you yourself.
それはそうだけどお前を殺したっていう事実だけは
Maybe
決して
so,
変わ
but
ら
that
ないじゃ
still
ない
won't
か
take away from the fact that I killed you. Even if it was Arkwood says it's true, even if there's no proof of any crime occurred, I'm still going to carry this sin with me forever.
私だってまだ根に持ってるんだから、そう簡単に忘れられちゃ困るわ。
Obviously, it's not like I'm planning to forget you killing me anytime soon either.
そう思えてずっと後悔していくんなら問題は。
But you know what, Shiki? If you regret it, and you continue to always regret it, I don't think there's any problem. That'll just be cheating my way out of it, though.
四季、人間の中にはね、どんなに世の中を恨んでいても悪魔に魂を売れない人がいるわ。例えば、吸血鬼相手にごめんなさいなんて言える正直者とかね。
Shiki, there are some people in this world that will never sell their souls to the devil, no matter how terrible the world treats them. And there even are some stupid, honest people out there who apologize to a vampire.
だから大丈夫。誰がなんて言ったって、四季本人がそうじゃないって言い切ったって、
So you don't have to worry about
まだそっ
no
ち側
matter
の
what
世界に
anyone
いられるよ。
says. And even if you yourself tries to deny it, you can still be a part of the good side of this world. I'm at a loss for words. How can she say such a kind, reassuring words to the man who murdered her?
ほら、そんな今後のことを話し合いたいんだけど。
Come on. We don't have any more pressing matters to think about anyway? Now that you're awake, we should be thinking on our plans from here on out. Huh? It's like someone flipped the switch. One moment Arkwit is cheerfully chattering away, the next one she's on the ground.
アルクエイド
Arkwit! I rushed to her side.
参ったな。やっぱりまだ無理みたい。
Oops. Guess I'm getting a little ahead of myself again. Her breathing is labored, and beads of sweat glisten across her brows. Her eyes wander to her abdomen, where the slightest trace of red has started to seep through her white
お前
sweater.
この傷
That wound. That's the one she incurred while protecting me in the hotel.
グローブに裂かれたところね。四季にやられたせいで治りが遅くなってる。
Yeah, it's where Vlav slashed me. Normally I'll be fine, but my healing's a little slow after what you did to me.
とりあえず傷口だけは塞いでおいたんだけど、効果はなかったみたい。
I tried covering up the wound earlier, but it looks like it wasn't all that effective. Her tone is still cheery as ever. But I noticed an undercurrent of pain shrouding under the edges.
塞いでおいたって何
How did you cover it up?
それ。
Oh, with that. Arco gestures to the brown object dropped haphazardly on the wooden floor. I glance at it. I mistake it for a small ring cake, but upon closer inspection, I realize that it's packing tape. Arkwid, did you pack yourself? Did you? Huh? Huh?
910 just redeemed hydrate.
She just used packing tape to duck up her oh my god, this woman is stupid.
バカ
Seriously, give me a break.
ガムテープで傷口を縛るやつがどこにいるってんだ
What kind of idiot used tape to cover their wounds? It's not even flex tape, bro. Also, give me a second while I drink some water. Thank you for that. You should stop calling me an idiot so often.
ない。
What if I actually start believing you? Ah! Just shut it. Now show me your wound already. I reach out the hand to lift her shirt, and Arkwid quickly steps away from me, drop backwards onto the bed with a soft thud.
ふざけるな傷口
Cut it out! What if your wound opens up again?
いいよ。
Hydrate with
こんなの放って
blood.
おいたって。
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna bite myself. No. 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 I bit myself, but I could not get any blood. Unfortunate. Psh, I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
四季こそバカな真似はやめてよね。 女の子の服を剥ごうなんて使徒よりたちが悪いわよ。
You're the only one who should cut it out. Trying to address a woman like that is worse than any dead apostle.
あのな、俺はお前を人間として見てないんだから、
To
男
be
も
clear,
女もないだろ。
I don't see you as a human, let alone a woman. Yo, Shiki, you just told her she had no fucking rights. What?
いいからおとなしくしてろ。俺をかば一生負い目ができちまう。
Shiki, that's vile. So come on, just show me your wound. I'll never let it go if you wind up dying from an injury while protecting me. What am I reading anymore? Arkwood pouts and glares at me for a moment, but ultimately rolls over the bed in my direction. Her lips still firmly shut, she gets back on her feet, with a childlike reluctance. She's sulking about, but it looks like she's at least lets me take a look.
よし。どんな手当てをしたのか、ちょっと見せてみろ。
Alright, let me take a look at how you wrapped it up first. Huh? Arkwood lifts her sweater to reveal her abdomen. You. I have to resist the urge to go off on a tangent again. The tape is tightly wrapped around not just her wound, but her entire abdomen. The second she lowers her shirt again, I pull Arkwood up into my arms.
何するのよ、シキ。
Hey, what are you doing, Shiki? Putting you back to bed. Or whatever. I'd rather take you to the hospital, but that's out of the question. So this will have to do. I place her back on the bed as gently as I can. I'm
戻
gonna
ってく
pick
る
up
まで
some
絶
stuff.
対に動き回るなよ。
You better not move a muscle until I get back.
さっきみたいに歩き回ったら、お前のことなんて忘れて、さっさと逃げるからな。
Don't you dare walk around like that again, or else I'm gonna forget all about you and never come back. I quickly scan the room. Not a first aid kit or even a bandage in sight. I guess you don't need any of that when you can revive whenever you want. Surprise mating press? Probably. And hell, this might be the first time she even needed a medical treatment. I feel around to check how much I have on me. 2,000 yen in cash. Not a lot. This isn't the time to be putting on airs. Hey, Arkwood. You said you were rich, right? Yeah, I'm pretty well off. Why do you ask?
現金でもカードでも、とにかく貸してくれ。手当てに必要なものを買い込んでくれ。
Give me some cash or a credit card. I'm going out to buy medical supplies.
お前に効果があるかどうかはわからないけど、最低限の手当てぐらいしよう。
I don't know if it'll do you any good, but it won't hurt to try.
いいけど、
Sure, but it's probably pointless, you know? Even if it is, I can't just sit here and leave you like that.
アプリそのものはシキたちと同じなんだし、それなりに意味はあるかもしれないし。
Okay, my body structure is similar to that of a regular human, so who knows? Maybe it'll do something? What the fuck? Arkwood holds out a wad of 10,000 yen bills in front of me. I'm not even gonna ask where she pulls this stack of bills out from.
は黙って横になってろ。あ、でも眠っちゃダメだからな。横になってもちゃんと起きてるんだぞ。
Stay in bed while I'm gone. Oh, and don't fall asleep. You gotta stay awake even if you're lying down.
すごく無茶な。
Are you trying to make it hard for me? I'm not randomly passing out orders here. Your body doesn't work as hard when you're asleep, which means your immune system's going to be a lot weaker too. Sugar mama, oh, 100%. 100%. In other words, it might get worse if you fall asleep with that open wound.
睡眠で回復するのは頭の疲れだけで、傷や病気は治してくれないだろう。だから、とりあえず手当てをするまでは起きていた方がいい。
Look, sleep is good for fatigue, but it's not going to fix injuries or illness, so it's better for you to stay awake till I come back with something to treat you.
うん
That makes sense.
なんで笑うんだよ、そこで。
Why did you suddenly look so happy about that?
だってになるんだもん。
Mm-hmm. Oh, I was just thinking about how dependable you are. She must have a screw loose somewhere. But I keep from saying anything. I need to get back to the job at hand. I leave her bedroom, removing my bloodstained jacket before I head out. Time to go shopping. Wait, what? Something in the kitchen catches my eye as I head for the exit. Is that food? Sitting at the table is a meal, or rather a plate of food. Maybe a mishmash of ingredients would be more accurate. At the very least, I think it was something supposed to resemble food. Is this why Arqua was in the kitchen earlier? She says she normally doesn't eat anything. I don't exactly need to guess who she was preparing this food for. Seriously, what does she think she's doing?
Sad no time.
Another
just
water,
redeemed
I
hydrate.
guess. Alright, that's good. Making Angie go to the toilet so I can hear the tinker time. Why did you tell me you're 11, Fran? You know what? My brain hurts. Anyway, I'm annoyed. I can't stay here for a second longer. I dash down to town, hoping to find something that can help heal her. Tinker time, Jesus. At least that's what my attention, but it's not like I even given a first aid before. I'll just buy whatever supplies come to mind. Disinfectant, glaze, bandages, and painkillers? Oh, and better pick up some nutritionists too. Can't really go wrong with that. Thankfully, I'm not short on money. It might be my experience speaking, but it's better to buy too much than too little. It's not like I know what exactly works on Arquid. With that philosophy in mind, I ended up buying every single thing I could think of. Yeah. Getting paid by Sugar Mama.
ちょっとそこくすぐったい。
Stop! It tickles! I ignore her carefree giggling and protest, and instead of trying to apply glaze as delicately as I can. The wound isn't that big. No, it may not be big, but it's at least 4 centimeters thick. Electricity across the abdomen like this would be fatal for any normal human.
こんなの全然大したことないからね。
I'm telling you, it's not a big deal. High pitch Andy is Kuno, next to patting Angie. You just got me red, bro. Like, I don't even know what to say to that. Yet that's all she had to say. Morgan's already healed somehow. Honestly, that part is freaky, so I don't really want to think about it too hard. Since bleeding has stopped, all I need to do is dress the wound, though the process wouldn't be as smooth as I hoped it would be. I wasn't sure it would be the disinfection would do much on the wound as big as this, or if it might actually be counterproductive, but in the end, I used some anyway, hoping it would help. I was a little afraid that Arca would thrash about from the antiseptics, but she sat through it quietly without much of a flinch.
今何かしたの？
Did you just do something right now? I'm not sure if she's stick-headed or indifferent, but this is to this kind of thing.
よし。
Alright. There we go. I applied the glaze to the wound and started neatly wrapping the bandage around it. Stop! Shiki, no! Arcway gleefully laughter rings through the door. Oh, sorry, the room. You don't flinch from all the antiseptics, but the bandage feels ticklish? I ignore her till I manage to pin the bandages. I hear the tightening bandage around the wound can be seen bleeding, so I gave them one final tug for good measure. Ow, 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 ow!
今のは減点だよ、シキ。
I'm going to have to deduct some points for that one, Shiki. Phew, looks like I'm done. All I can for now. The curtains are closed again. I shut them when I return out for concern for Arkwood.
さて、格好だけはつけてみたけど、どうかな。
Well, at least it looks alright from the
動け
outside.
るか、アルクエド。
How does it feel? Can you still move?
部分には問題なさそう。中身はまだぐちゃぐちゃのままだから、満足には動けないでしょうけど。
Yeah, I think I can move without issue. My insides are still a bit of a mess, though. So I shouldn't go too overboard. Got it. You should have to bear with it for the time being. Interesting noises. Glad I have earbuds. Alright, there you go. Anyway, I'm good at cutting things, and fixing someone up is a little outside my wheelhouse. I take a step back and sit myself down against one of the walls.
お疲れさ、もう寝ていいぞ。
Good job staying awake so far. You can go to sleep now.
眠って力が戻ればすぐに治るんだろ。見張っててやるから、おとなしく寝ていてくれ。
You should recover faster when you're asleep, right? I stand guard, so go get some shut-eye.
寝ても傷は回復しないわ。シキも言ったでしょ。睡眠で回復できるのは疲れる。
I got you, bro. Anyway. Nuh-uh. Even if you say yourself, didn't you? Sleep have nothing to do with recovery. It just helps cure your fatigue.
私の場合ね、力は純粋な時間経過で回復するものなの。夜になれば、とりあえず普通に動けるぐらいには回復するわ。
I'm gonna need a private recording now. Thanks. Nah, bro. No ASMR for you guys. I don't have the technology for that, unfortunately. Anyway, that's true for me too. Let's see. My strength should recover once enough time has passed. I should feel better by the time night rolls around. She can tell me she's fine all she wants, but it tugs on my heartstrings to see her suffer like this.
いいから眠ってくれ。
No need to act tough. Just sleep already.
だけで
It's
辛そうじゃない
hurting
か。
you to even walk, isn't it?
そうだけど、せっかく式が起きてるんだもの。
Yeah, but you're finally awake. It feels like a waste for me to sleep now. Urquhart sits on the bed again. She is in full-on shatter mode. Yay.
ったく。
Alright, fine. There is no fighting it. I still got some things I want to know anyway. I guess we might as well talk for a while.
昨日のホテルのこと聞いていいか。
Blech. Arkwood, can I ask you some questions about what happened at the hotel?
そうね。やっぱりそういう会話になるわよね。
Yeah.
私と式の場合。
I had a feeling you might ask about that.
昨日のあいつ、ブローブとか言って。
That man we meet, Love. Who the hell is he?
吸血鬼なのはわかる。 仰々しい服とかお前より
I get that he's a vampire, but he looks more like the part than you do. I mean, he has those flashy clothes and everything. Hey, Shiki, what the fuck does that mean, bro? Then again, there was those blue flames of his that engulfed the hallway that burns only humans and totally removed my imagine of a vampire.
私よりらしいって何をらしいって。
Hey, what do you mean he looks more the part than I do?
でも確かに四季の言う通りか。
But you're right.
あいつ体も崩れていないし原理も小規模だったし、人間が思い描くオーソドックスな吸血鬼なんでしょう。
He maintained his mostly human form, and his principles pretty small-scaled. As far as vampires go, you can say he's on the orthodox side.
皮を除けばね。
Aside from the river of flame anyway.
やっぱりお前から見てもあの火は異常なのか。
Right.
あいつは
The
お前より
flames.
強い。
So you think they were weird too, then? Does that mean he's actually stronger than you? Arkwood heaves in a slight tinge with annoyance. Huh.
そりゃあね、誰かさんに殺されてしまった私はあんな二流の人と戦いをするレベルまで落ちてるわよ。
About that, because a certain someone killed me, I have now fallen to the level of a second-rate dead apostle.
方がやや上ってところ。
If you compare the two of us as we are now, I guess the scale of his power is a bit bigger.
そうか。
I see.
倒せる相手なんだ。
So, if it weren't for your poor condition, you'll be able to beat him somehow? Forget somehow. It wouldn't even be a fight.
もう誰のおかげでこんな屈辱に耐えていると思ってるの？あんな祖になりたての見習い、本当なら睨むだけでぺしゃんこにできるんだからね。
Whose fault is it that I have to suffer this humiliation anyway? If it weren't for you, I would have squished that half-baked ancestor with a single glare. Oops, she's mad now. And that said, I'm not asking how strong she is in a hypothetical situation. I need to know if she is able to defeat that vampire the way things are. But man, you did that.
できない。無策で戦えば殺されるわ。
Look, there's no way. He's simply stronger than I am right now. If we went head to head in battle of pure strength, he'll kill me outright. No question about it.
ずいぶんきっぱりと言うんだな。さっきはあんなに怒ったくせに。
That's a pretty cynical take, especially after talking such a big game.
ただの事実よ。分かりきった話なんだから、予断も希望も挟まないわ。
It's the truth. There's no use of hoping or speculating when the situation is this obvious. The impact of her words reverberates through my chest. It seems Arkwood is dead serious when it comes to fighting. Seeing her talk so coldly about death just reminds me that she's a vampire all over again.
まあ、四季の言いたいこともわかるけどね。
I get what you're saying, though.
厄介だし、ブローブ本体の力も上司にふさわしいものだし。
Those flame of his are a problem, and his power alone is that of a caliber of a... What the fuck is that? A castellan.
私に少しでもあいつの知識があれば、多少の戦力差は覆せるんだろうけど。
If I only knew a little bit more about him, I might be able to make up for a gap of in
ア
power.
ルクエイドはあいつを知らないのか。
You don't know him? How can she not know him? Didn't she come from here to kill this Castellina in the first place?
私吸血鬼に知り合いはいないわ。
I don't know any vampires personally.
知り合ったということは次の瞬間に殺しているということだもの。今回みたいに顔を合わせたのに別れたなんていうのは特例よ。
Any that I do meet, I already kill in the next moment. I rarely encounter a one and end the conflict with both of us walking out alive. Like now.
でもあいつの方はお前を知ってるようだったけど。
I just think he knew of Arquid, but not the person himself, Shiki.
私は吸血鬼たちに知れ渡っているからあっちが勝手に知っていただけ。他の吸血鬼たちも同様。基本的に私たちに面識はないから。
That was our first meeting. I'm pretty well known among vampires, which is why you knew about me. But generally speaking, we vampires aren't exactly acquainted.
でも名前や素性だけは知っている。歴史を重ね、得意な能力を保有する個体ほど名前が知れ渡るのは当然でしょ。
That said, it's not too unusual for us to have heard of each other's names or our backgrounds. The longer a powerful vampire lives, the more likely it is that their name will get around, you know.
ブローブはその逆。まだ名もつけられていない新参者なんでしょうね。多分、祖になって200年ぐらいかな。
But Vlav is different. He's new to this, so he hadn't made a name for himself yet. I guess he's only became an ancestor in the past 200 years or so?
またその単語か。祖ってのは何なんだ？
Ancestor. You keep using that word, but what does that mean?
まあ、吸血鬼たちの王様みたいなものかな。
I guess you could say it's something akin to a king or a ruler among vampires?
関係のない話よ。
You don't have to worry too much about it.
関係あるだろ。
Well, I'm willing anyway. Are you saying ancestors are basically the same as those Castellata things?
あのゾンビたちを操ってる親玉というか。
The one who controls zombies.
上司と祖は必ずしも同じじゃないわ。
Not even close.
強力な人ほど上司になりやすいだけで、上司はいわば地方領主みたいなものなの。
Any powerful dead apostle can become a Castellana with time, but that's more likely becoming the lord of a local
祖は
territory.
その上、領主たちを輩出するさらに上の吸血鬼。
Ancestors stand high above them. In fact, they're the ones who bring forth Castellantas.
使徒たちの世界は27の勢力に分けられている。27の国があると思えばいいわ。
In the world of dead apostles, it's divided into 27 different factions. So I guess you could say the world is split into 27 kingdoms over which they rule.
その国を滑る、あるいは国そのものとされるのが祖と呼ばれる古い吸血鬼。使徒の頂点に立つ。
Ancestors are older vampires that lead those kingdoms, or rather, their nations onto themselves. They could stand at the apex of any dead apostles. 27 kingdoms and 27 rulers. Makes sense to me. I guess even vampires vie for power just like humans do. Oh, that's all they fucking do. They have all the time in the world to be petty as fuck. Let's be real. Hold up, doesn't that mean we're all dealing with someone super dangerous?
まあ、そうね。
Yeah, that's right.
ブローブはまだ未熟者だけど、それでもあなたたち人間から見れば災害と変わらない。
Bob is still a fledgling ancestor at the moment, but to you humans, he may as well be a natural disaster.
昨日のホテルもそうよ。あいつ最上階までやってきただけだった。人間なんて殺す気はなかったし。
Taking what happened at the hotel, all Bob did was make his way up to the top floor. He had no intention of killing all those people. He didn't care about them in the slightest.
でも それだけで人間は死ぬ。あの炎はあいつがいるだけで発生する呪いのようなものだから。
Yet, they're still dead. Those flames follow him like a curse, flickering to life and devouring those around him through his mere presence. What in the... He just has to exist for people to die around him? And he doesn't even care about humans? But doesn't that also mean...
俺たちがホテルに逃げたから起きたことなのか。
Did all of that happen because of us then? Because we decided to flee to the hotel?
ええ、私がいたからブローブはやってきた。
BRB, I do actually have to use the bathroom. Alright, I'm back. And yes, your nefarious plan did work. I did have to use the goddamn bathroom. Yeah, that's right. He came for me. Earthquake confirms my fears. Blob presence might have been what killed all those people, but we were the ones responsible for bringing that disaster to their doorstep. Tinker time, more like tinky time. Oh my god. Cringe! Alright, joking aside. Nah. It'll be all too easy to blame Arkwood for everything, but I have every right to do so as a human. She's just a vampire. She doesn't even care about human life. Love and her have so much in common. But then again, who was it that made it so that she had to flee and hold up in a hotel somewhere? Who deserved the blame here? The answer is simple. There's only one person responsible for getting those innocent bystanders caught up in Vlov's flames. Only one person responsible for Arkwood's present state. I'm the person who killed her in the first place.
シキ、同じ間違いは繰り返さないで。
Shiki, don't fall for that same misconception again.
弱い生き物から消えていくのは当然のことでしょう。
Weaker creatures getting eliminated is a part of the natural order of things.
彼らが死んだのはいつの間にか自分の身を守れないように進化した人間という種全体の責任よ。
If you're trying to find what the fault lies, then blame the human species for evolving in a way that makes them unable to defeat themselves. Jesus Christ, Arkwood!
罪になる。けれどこれは人間と人間界の起きた自然淘汰の一環よ。あなた個人の責任なんて思うのは
If a person kills another person, by human standards, it's judged as a crime. But if a human is killed by something other than a human, it's simply natural selection. Hold yourself personally responsible as arrogance. Are you calling me arrogant?
ええ、あなたが人間の代表ならそれでもいいけどね。
You're acting like you're some representative for the entire human race.
例えば山の
Oh.
話。
Sorry, I forgot to turn that off. I hope that helps. Apologies. Let me try a different example.
そこには肉食獣たちのコミュニティがあった。彼らの食事には人間も含まれていた。そしてある日、その事実をやってきて、彼らをの
Imagine if there was mountains somewhere where they had a herd of carnivorous animals whose diets happened to include humans as well. But one day, an unwitting pack of hunters came roaming through and killed them all for their own consumption. It helped things. We're back to with Tsukihime, you know.
この場合、どちらに罪があるというの？
Whose fault in the
人
situation?
間から身を守れなかった彼ら？
The beasts that were unable to defend the humans?
それとも彼らを皆殺しにした人間？
Or the humans who wiped them out?
それは
Arkwood parable shakes me out of my self-loathing. It wasn't a fable she made up to comfort me, but one laden with scorn and disdain. A burden of guilt, a weight off life, something I, and maybe humanity in general, overly concerned by. I understand what she's trying to say. In her story, neither the human nor the beast carried any sin. What happened was simply nature. That's the way of the world. The only fault lies that with the species unable to ensure their own survival. But this is the human world, a human city. This isn't a matter of human species being too weak or vampires being too strong. A city is a place where weaker humans can conglomerate for shelter and protection, to be stronger together. So, it's fair for me to question my own responsibility of bringing the vampire into that sanctuary.
そう。私も間違ってたみたい。
Sounds like I was mistaken too.
あなたは確かに好きにはなれない人ね。
You never had the making of a serial killer.
なんだよその言い方。
What the hell? Are you saying I'm soft? It's bigger than that. There's something we need to get straight. What are you planning to do from here on? Will you fight the vampire, or will you run?
好きな方を選んで。私はもう強制はしない。見張り役の約束は昨日一日で完了よ。
Choose for yourself. I won't force your hand anymore. You're done your guard duty already. Back at the hotel. She's asking me what I plan to do next. Isn't it already obvious?
でも覚悟をして。吸血鬼と戦うということは人間の枠から外れるということ。
If you continue, I'll need you to be prepared. Fighting against vampires mean you're leaving humanity behind.
あなたたちがどれだけ犠牲になって、それを自分とは関係のないことだと思えなければ、あなたは必ず。
No matter how many of you died along the way, you can't let yourself be distracted or else you'll break.
それが間違っていると思うのなら、昨日までのあなたに戻りなさい。それが人間という種の一番正しいあり方だから。
If you don't have it into you to do that, then go back to how you were before. You got involved with any of this. That's how humans ought to live. Argwid's sharp gazes pierces right through me. I know what I should do. If I want a chance of living a normal life, I should run. Out of all my options, I distracted myself. Holds out the best outcome for me. But what about Argwid? What's the best for her? No, I shouldn't be thinking about her. I should be putting myself first. If I stick around here with her, I'll undoubtedly run into that monster again. He was out of this world. Not just as a vampire, but just because of his flames. His very eyes were void of normality. That dreaded stare, bereft of emotion, cold to old things. A creature who cares nothing for the lives of humans, nor those of his vampire brethren. There's no way I could face him again. Having nearly been killed once already, I know for a fact that in my very bones, I gotta refuse. I have every reason to. No matter which I look at it, this entire situation is way out of my league. Argwid, But this... Is that really the right thing to do? I'd be abandoning Argwid. Argwid, the woman who's weak and unable to even move around properly, all because of me. I'm just running away. Running away from the monster that mercilessly burned his countless victims alive without so much as a second thought. Can I really pretend that never happened? Forget what I saw and live on as the only human survivor without even a pig of guilt? Ugh. I'm the only one who can see the lines of death. Someone important told me that I was given these eyes because there might come a time where I need them. So, the answer is obvious. I might not be able to get rid of myself of my doubts and fears, but I'm not even sure if I'll be able to make a meaningful contribution. But what I'm sure of is that I want to do something. Shiki?
アルクエイド、お前の話は俺には分からない。
Argwid, I'm sorry, but I can't just close my eyes and pretend nothing happening. Even if a foe is inhuman, even if I'm powerless to do anything about it, I can't shrink away my responsibilities here.
多くの人を見殺しにしたし、
A lot of people died.
にするのは嫌なんだ。
I just stood by and watched. I don't want that to ever happen again.
だから今、
What I'm trying to say is that I can't run away. I sighed deeply and stared up at the ceiling. There we go. At least my resolve is finally rock solid.
吸血鬼を倒す。それがあのホテルにいて自分だけ生き残った俺が取るべき責任なんだと思う。
I'm going to take down this vampire. As the only human survivor from that hotel, I owe it to the ones who weren't so lucky. Oops. Is this it? I'm going to take that vampire. Yeah. I can't stop the lust welling up from beneath my skin, nor the vocal grin that creeps across my face as I chase her down. So I came here, and before I even realized I already... Huh? Where am I even? You know what, I'm just gonna leave it like that. Complete miscalculation on my end.
そっか。じゃあ私は何も言わない。
Well, in that case, I can't exactly send you away.
シキが一緒に戦ってくれるのは助かるしね。あなたならブローブなんて問題なく一撃で殺せるんだから。
Plus, having you around is pretty useful. You could kill Vlav with just a single blow.
いやそれは無理だろ。
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
あいつの周り熱くて近づけないんだから。
The air around that guy is way too hot. I'll never get close enough.
それ以前にどうやってあいつを見つけるんだ。
Besides, how are you gonna find him?
見つけるって。シキって決めたら今度はこっちから攻めに行こうだなんて。
Find him? One second you're thinking about running away, and the next you're planning to ambush the guy? A little extreme, don't you think?
なんとなくそう思っただけだ。極端の化身みたいなお前に言われたくない。
Hey! You're the one who made it sound like you wanted me to. Besides, I don't want to hear that coming from the living embodiment of extremity.
私は効率重視なだけよ。
I just live efficiently, that's all.
まあいいわ。
Well, whatever. Just to tell you though, this is going to be a battle of endurance.
一番確実な戦法は私の体力が戻りきるまで逃げること。
Ideally, we gotta stay out of his reach until I recover enough of my strength.
私の規模は3割ぐらいまで回復する。それだけの出力があれば、私一人でもブローブを倒しきれる。
I'll be back to my 30% of my power in 3 days or so. That should be more than enough to defeat Valve on my own.
3日いやでも
3 days. But then...
ええ。その3日間、ブローブは野放しよ。あいつは地下に潜って人間から
I know. That's 3 days where Vlad will have free reign. In that time, he'll go underground and continue to replenish himself with fresh blood. No, not just that. I think there's a good chance he's wandering the streets at night too. It didn't look like he was in the right mind. He might not even be conscious of the fact that the church will come after him if he keeps operating in the open. No way! That guy incinerates people around him just by existing. We can't let him walk around for one more day, let alone 3.
しかない。
Which leaves us with the option of finding him during the daytime and killing him. But I'm against that, though I got a rough idea where he's hiding. There's nothing more cautious than a sleeping dead apostle. We could very well be walking straight into an ambush that we can't handle.
そんな奴の居場所に目
Seriously? We're just going to let him be despite knowing where he's hiding?
何人ブローブの餌食になろうと。
I told you, Shiki, we can't allow ourselves to be distracted, even if it means more people will fall victim to love. I swallow hard. I understand what she's saying. If we were to play it safe or even stand a chance at all, when it's better to wait for Arkwood to recover her wounds and regain her strength first. But on the other hand, the more time we waste, the more victims will fall right into Vlov's hands. Alright guys, where are we landing? I'm thinking too. I'm thinking logically right now. Cause Arkwood said it herself, right? That if we go now, we're gonna get fucking jumped. So I'm thinking the second one, honestly. But if there was more, I would definitely make a poll, but not today. My heart says we can't leave Love to remain on the loose for another second, but that would be reckless. What was I even thinking? I can't just go out there and find him and kill him myself. That was just a scenario conjured up by my guilty conscience to tempt me into escaping reality. Surely nothing will happen if we go. Oh my god, you're Mr. Bad End himself, Jesus. I'll just always pick this. Always trying to kill me, bro. Alright. I need to keep a cool, level head if I really want to defeat that vampire. And if I really want to reduce the number of casualties, then we have to stick it out for now. But even so, 3 days feels like a lifetime. Arkwood?
俺が見張りをする義務は昨日で終わりって言ったよな。
言ったけど。
I did? Why do you ask that? Did you get cold feet?
いや、そうじゃないんだ。俺の頼みも聞いてほしい。
No, that's not it. If my help is going to be voluntary instead of obligation, then I'd like to ask you a favor as well. I'll do what you ask for me, follow every order. I'm not sure if I could be much of a shield, but I can at least be your knife. But in exchange... I don't want to wait 3 days. Let's sort him out tonight. Are you sure? Arkwood peers at me skeptically, as if she's asking me whether or not I have a death wish. I'm very well as dangerous, but I'm not planning to back down from this either.
冗談でこんなこと言い出せるか。
Do I sound like I'm joking?
俺だって死にたくない。
I'm not planning on dying either. So answer me this. Oh. If you rest until tonight, I can use my eyes during the fight. With the two of us stand a chance against Love. The only one capable of making that judgment is Arkwood herself. If she says it can be done, I wager everything I have on those odds.
そうね。シキが私の言う通りに動いてくれるなら、私たちの方が強いかな。
I guess if you're willing to do everything I tell you, then together we might have the edge over him? Are you sure though? It'll be safer to wait for another 3 days.
分かってる。でも、これが俺のギリギリの許容範囲なんだ。
I get that, but this is about much slaughter I can tolerate anymore, and my spirit will be unable to bear it.
まあ、それならいいけど。
Well, as long as you're sure about it. To be honest, it would been equally tough to stay on the run for 3 days straight.
じゃあ今から路線変更、作戦会議ね。
Anyway, sounds like it's time to switch gears. Let's draw up a battle plan.
指揮はどこで戦いたいの？
Where do you want to face him?
いや、いいのか？
Huh? I mean, is this really okay? I'm generally shocked at how easily she let me have my way. I was expecting a lot more pushback after seeing how serious she can get about battle.
それならいいって言ったでしょ。
I told you, it's fine as long as you're sure.
私が3日間逃げ切れるのか、今夜私たちでブローブを殺すのか。
It doesn't really matter anyway. Whether you run for 3 days or kill Vlov tonight.
どちらも同じ成功率だもの。違うのはあなたの生存確率だけよ。
Either plan has the same odds of success. It's just your chance of survival much lower in one than the other.
そっか。ありがとう、アルクエイド。
I see. Thanks, Arkwood. It's not exactly the opinion I would recommend, though. Oh, sorry, option.
ほんと、指揮ってわかんない。
Honestly, I don't get what's going on in your mind. I understand that my selfish request will make it harder to defeat Vlav with certainty. So, I was surprised that Arkwood looked a little dismayed by it. After all, she's all about efficiency. But I was surprised that she didn't reject it outright. I'm not sure if she did it to respect my feelings or if she just figured it didn't have much of an impact on her overall odds. Either way, I'm glad she agreed to side with me. Sit!
じゃ、ちょっと小休止ね。
Okay, how about we take a quick break? You must be hungry, right? Would you like some more of what you had earlier, or should I whip you up something new? Sit!
自分で作るから。
No, I can make something.
冷蔵庫の食材だ。
I'll just help myself to whatever's in the fridge. I feel bad for not trying it, but I can't process the fortitude to stomach whatever heaping of ingredients Ark would slap together on the plate. Maybe if I were in peak condition, no, not even that. Volves is already pretty dangerous. If a confrontation with him is inevitable, I am better off avoid Arkwood's lethal cooking, at the very least. Damn! Wait, why is there 4 fingers pointing back? Huh? Hey, yo, what do you mean by that? I quickly cook up a simple meal before returning to Arkwood. He outlined a rough plan. Now we just need to refine it. The main issue is that fire. Unless we manage to do something about that, neither Arkwood nor I will be able to get close enough.
やっぱり奇襲しかないよな。
So basically, our only option is to hit him with a surprise attack. I finally out of work. Yay! He got his eyes on you, so we can use you as bait to lure him out.
俺は事前にあいつがお前に気を向けている。
I'll make sure to hide somewhere nearby. Then when he's focused on you, I can jump out and attack him from behind. How does that sound? It's a sloppy plan, but it's not like I could think of anything better. Though it still doesn't solve the problem of the fire.
うん、基本はその流れでいいと思う。
Yeah, I think that's a good start.
私がおとり、指揮が
I'll
子
lure
供
him out.
指揮ならブローブがどれだけ命のリザーブを持っていても関係ないしね。
Yeah, and then when you deal the finishing blow, since it's you, it won't matter how much fight he got left in him. You can take him down straight away.
他にも問題はあるぞ。
There is one more problem.
俺はともかく、お前はあいつと正面から向き合うんだ。あの手みたいな炎はどうするんだ？
Forget about me for a moment. You're not going to be facing off against him. What will you do about the fiery claw attack of his? Huh? That shouldn't be a problem at all.
一度受けてみてグローブの炎は3000度程度って分かったし、今から体を耐えられるわ。
Judging by the last time he hit me, I guess the fire was only around 3,000 degrees. Jesus Christ, that is almost as hot. That's really hot. That's just hot. I don't know if it's sun hot, but that shit's fucking hot. If I focus on making my body more heat resistant while I recover today, I'll be perfectly fine. Say what? Only around 3,000 degrees? I'm pretty sure even a rock starts melting at that point.
周囲の炎はもっと簡単。
The flames surrounding him would be even easier to deal with.
あれは地表にかかっているだけの軽度の汚染だから、四季が物陰から出るとき、ちょっと気合を出して吹き飛ばしてあげる。
They're all a pollution that loosely clings to his surroundings. Whenever you jump out, it should be a cinch to blow them out for you.
ホテルの時は四季が後ろにいたからできなかったけど。
I couldn't do that back at the hotel since you were behind me, but it'll be no problem this time. It'll be a cinch? Huh? It almost feels too simple. This slapdash plot of ours, but I should put some faith in the woman who saved me from him the first time.
うん、大体
Sounds like we have a plan.
まず私が餌になってブローブをおびき寄せる。四季は事前に隠れておく。
First, I act as bait to draw Vav while you wait and hide.
それでブローブがやってきたらちょっとだけ戦う。
When Vlav comes, he and I will fight for a bit. My strength would be enough to take out Vlav on my own yet, but it would be significant to clear the area of his fire and hold him in place for a while. Vlav. Oh, hey, Sheen! It's been a minute. Anyway, how are you going to hold him in place? Don't tell me you're planning to slam him to the ground and pin him down. Nothing so barbaric. I don't...
今まで一度もしたことないし、する必要性が感じられないし。
I don't think it's such a good idea to try wrestling him. And I never done it before, so I won't even know where to begin. Besides, there's much better way.
そうか。じゃあどうやってブローブを抑え込むの？
Hello! Anyway, right. So,
場所によるけど、
how exactly are you planning to hold him? Depending on the place, but in generally I just use my chains.
鎖？鎖ってあの鎖か？
Chains? As in... chains?
ええ。ほら、こんな風に。
Yep, like this. What the hell? A pair of chains just clamped shut around my wrists. Where did this thing even come from?
空中の元素を固定化したものよ。私、その形はイメージしやすくて相性いいの。強度は、
Oh.
今
I
なら
combine
一本あたりどんぐらい
chemical
なのかな。
elements already
とにか
present
く
in the
何十
air.
本と重ね
Chains
書
are
きする
just
から動
shape
きだけなら封
that's
じら
easier
れ
for me
る。
to visualize.
鎖の拘束は手足をメインにして、
Sorry, this is just a
胴体
lot
と頭は
of
控えめ
lore.
にするから、式はブローブの胴体の死を切ればいい。
I see that each chain can handle at the moment, maybe 100 tons each. Don't worry, I plan on hitting him with a few dozen of them at once, so it ought to keep him in place. Kinky. Oh yeah, I was thinking of that too. I'll target his limbs so you have a clear shot at the lines on his torso.
前に俺の両手がもげる。
I got it. Please, please, please just let me go. Come on, unchain me. Or else my hands will fall off before we face love. The chains dissolves into thin air, disappearing just as quickly as they appear. And here we got another example of ridiculously overpowered Arcwit is. Yeah. So, but if she can call these chains in and out of existence, she should also be able to tie down Vlav.
とにかく
Moving right along. As soon as I spot an opening, I'll use those chains to bind Vlav arms and legs.
完全に動きを封じられるのは10秒ぐらいだから、そうしたら式は物陰から飛び出して正面からまっすぐ最短でブローブの線を立てばいい。
I'll only be able to hold him for 10 seconds, so that's when I need you to jump out from your hiding place. Come at him head on and cut through his lines.
大丈夫。式の腕ならあっけないぐらい簡単に殺せるわ。
Don't worry too much. Killing him should be a piece of cake for you.
正面からってお前
Come at him head on? Huh. Arquid says that like it's nothing, but I don't feel quite as confident.
いや経験していないことを目算に入れるのはやめよう。
You can't count on me on doing this. I never done before.
やっぱりさ、俺がなんとか背後から近づいてあいつの手足の線を切るよ。そうすればとりあえず自由を奪うことになるんだ。
It'll be more practical if I approach him from behind and slice through his lines around his hands and feet first. That way we can rob him of his movement and that way Arquid doesn't even have to fight him. I like to save fighting for if my ambush fails. I look at Arquid to see if she approves of my plan.
式。それじゃああなたは死ぬわ。
Whoa. Shiki. You'll die if you do that. Huh?
の話じゃない。
We are not trying to figure out the safest route.
って殺すかの話でしょ。
Nor are we trying to figure out how not to die. We're trying to figure out how to kill him.
それはそうだけど。
You're right, I guess, but
あなたはこれから吸血鬼を相手にするのよ。
you'll be fighting a vampire.
なら、今夜だけでも人間の道徳観。そんな荷物を持っていると、いざという時に体が重くなるだけだから。
So for tonight, I need you to leave behind all sense of human morality. That kind of baggage will only weigh you down in a fight.
それぐらい分かってる。相手が化け物だから俺だって手伝う気になったんだ。
I get that. We're fighting a monster, so I'm ready to help you in any way I can. I don't think you get it at all.
手足を切る？やめてよ、そんな自殺行為。手足を切る暇があるのなら、まず命を切りなさい。他の生き物ならともかく、あなたにだけはそれができるんだから。
His limbs first? That's suicide. If you had time to cut his limbs, should be going straight for the killing blow. Don't get hung up on killing another living creature either. You're the only one who can do this, so I need you to do it properly.
いい？ブローブには反撃の機会を与えないこと。式の利点は相手に正体が知られていないことだけなんだから。
Get it? We can't afford to give Love a window to strike back. Your only advantage is that he doesn't know who you are or what you're capable of, so don't waste it. Arquid leaves me with no room for objection. Her crimson eye says it all. She's telling me that if I miss my first shot, there will be no second chance. And she has a point. Every second I waste cutting through his limbs is another second during which he can engulf my body in flames and burn it to a crisp. Vlav will come for us once night falls. And that's when we're going to kill him,
好きで
Shiki.
あいつを
In the truest sense, we're going to bring an end to him.
どう生き延びるかじゃない。
Our strategy here isn't about survival.
それだけを考えなさい。
I mean, strictly speaking, vampires aren't even living. No, you're fucking right about that, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you. They're like, somebody needs to tell Shiki, yo, vampires are technically already dead. Like, why are you mad, bro? Anyway, it's about, yeah, I think I read that. Her gaze is fierce and disapproval. She's really angry. Angry at the fact I'm still being so naive about this.
分かった。俺はためらわない。
Got it. I won't hesitate.
一息で奴の線を全部切る。
I'll cut through his lines with in one fell swoop.
それでいいんだろう。
Finally, back home. I'm safe to take off the earbuds. The ferocity in her gaze does not dim for a second. At least her silence suggests that she approves of my new attitude. So that leaves us to where we will ambush him. This apartment won't be any different
人
from
気
the
がなくて
hotel.
俺
We
が
need
隠
somewhere
れら
where
れるよ
no
うな
one's
ところは
around and places for me to hide.
この町の中央公園が最適よ。深夜になれば人通りはないんだし。人がいたのなら、それは純粋にその人に運がなかっただけの話でしょ。
Then the park will do. No one goes there at night, and if someone does happen to wander through, then we'll just have to chalk it up to their poor luck. Archer looks away and turns her back to me as she speaks.
なんだよ。言いたいことがあるなら言えよ。
What is it? If you got something to say, then say it.
無理よ。結局、シキは一度も殺すと口にしてくれない。
No, it's not gonna work. You had me in other the world kill once.
このままだと最後の瞬間で、あなたはきっとためらう。
At this rate, he'll hesitate at the last moment, and he'll kill you in a snap.
ことあるもんか。相手は100人以上の人間を
I'm not gonna hesitate. That guy killed over hundreds of
あるは
people.
ずがないだろう。
Why would I ever feel regret over killing him? Arkwood sighs softly.
シキを魔眼で魅了してしまえば、確実にブローブをして。どうしてかな。初めてそういう気になったのに。初めてそうするのが嫌になっちゃった。
Well, Arkwood's being yandere. Hold on. There we go. If I were to enthrall you with my mystic eyes, I can so easily ensure you finish off Love. It's strange though. This is the first time I ever felt the urge to charm someone like this. And the first time I hated the thought of doing so.
なんかすごい矛盾。
That's a weird contradiction.
二人でブローブを倒しましょう。
I believe in you, Shiki. Let's go and take down Fluff together. In a flash, her grim tone takes on its usual upbeat lift again. Her eyes seem so filled with trust, yet I can see concern creeping into her smile. Alright. Oh my god, it's the park! A lot of bad stuff happens in the park. Don't go there late, kids, or you might see these two, and you know you're fucking dead when that happens. Ark and I arrived at the park a little past 9 p.m.
大事なことだから、もう一度だけ説明しておこうかな。
I'd like to go over this one more time since it's important.
長く生きた人には
The apostles who lived for a longer time are able to wield arts.
吸血種に備わった基本的な能力とは別の、その個体が血を飲むことで持ってしまった特別な呪いみたいなものね。
You could think of it as a curse unique to vampires, one gained from consuming blood. This curse of theirs transcends the powers of ordinary vampires.
ブローブはその域に達している人よ。
What do you mean nothing bad ever happens in the fourth murder, death, kill? Clueless. You right. You fucking right. Needless to say, Vlav is a vampire that reaches that level.
使徒を倒すということは、その懲罰能力を破るということ。
Defeating him means overcoming his bullshit powers at the same time.
あの炎を消す手段を獲得しない限り、人間に勝ち目はない。だから、
As a
私がブローブの呪いを壊すまで、
As a
父はあいつ
human
に近づかないでね。
You won't stand a chance against his flames unless I extinguish them first. Until I do so, it's vital that you stay away from him. Forgive me. Our plan is simple. First, Ark will lead him here. She told me that vampires can sense another's location unless they make an effort to conceal their biological wavelength or something. Apparently, Vlav isn't hiding his wavelength at all. Though Arkwood isn't sure if that's because he doesn't want to or because he can't. Luckily for us, that means she knows exactly when Vlav is approaching us and where from. Normally, Arkwood will hide her wavelength, but right now she's letting it go freely, broadcasting her whereabouts and issuing a challenge to Vlav. Trying to draw him is like a moth to a flame. And with a bit of luck, the moth will fly straight to our proverbial zapper. Then we will have to do is follow through with the plan. I observed the battle from my hiding spot in the bushes, where Arkwood binds Vlav with her chains. Then, at the signal, I'll jump out and cut through his lines. Arkwood doesn't look nervous at all. If anything, she's a little bored as her gaze lingers over the empty space. Fair enough. The crickets. They stop. I wish I could. No, never mind. They're coming back. I wish I could be that calm. I grip my knife tight in my pocket. It's a bit of nerve-wracking. There's a lot of uncertainties in this plan. For one, it hinges on Vlav not noticing me while I hide. Arkwood told me that there's a chances of him noticing me were extremely low, but that doesn't mean they're non-existent. If he notices me, I'll be done for. I'll be burned alive without any resources, just like he did to so many within the hotel. Even so, I'll fight with those odds. I agreed to this plan knowing full well the risk involved. There's just one more major variable. What if Arkwood can't bind Vlav? In other words, what if Vlav manages to beat Arkwood? I have to deal with him by myself. It comes down to me and a single knife to defeat Vlav and save Arkwood. Bro, spoiling the whole arc that's about to happen, bro. I sense it. Can I even do such a thing? Can I face those flames alone? Even though the thought of it makes me tremble, I tighten the grip on my knife, coiling my fingers around the handles so hard that it hurts. Excuse me. An implacable fear wells inside of me. I can't even pin down what I'm afraid of.
怖いの、シキ。
Are you scared, Cheeky? Before I realize it, Arkwood is standing right in front of me. How pathetic. My quivering must have gotten pretty bad if she noticed.
ああ、めちゃくちゃ怖い。
Insanely
泣い
so.
てないけど。
I just imagined a vampire coming for us is freaking me out. Huh? But you don't look like it.
必死に我慢してんだよ。わかれ、バカ。
And yeah, it's taking all I got to keep it that way, stupid. She's so bad at reading the mood. I wish she had the slightest clue of what I'm feeling. Why is she the one looking hurt? Arkwood pushes her lips, seemingly dissatisfied with my answer.
ところで、私もその吸血鬼なんだけど。
I'm a vampire too, you know.
ああ、知ってるよ。何度も聞いた。
Yeah, you told me that a million of times. Or Shiki, maybe you're an extraordinary actor? True.
だから
Look, man,
吸
I
血
don't
鬼で
think
ある
so.
私が怖く
Shiki,
ないの？
like, if you walk into a room and you look at Shiki, you get some weird vibes from Shiki. You know something's wrong with him, but you don't know what. Anyway, exactly. So why aren't you afraid of me?
今までのあなたの定義からすると生き物として嫌悪の対象になると思うんだけど。
Based on your idea of vampires, shouldn't you despise us?
え
What? I'm a little too taken aback by her sudden remark. She's not entirely wrong, but
なんか、お前は別
the old didn't come to school tomorrow
That's
vibe.
a
Yeah, no,
joke.
that's the vibe Shiki has, like
Nice.
low key.
吸血鬼だろうとなんだ
I
ろうと
mean, but he's also
俺たちに手を出さ
someone
な
that
い
you
で
could
いて
have
くれ
like
る
the
なら
chill, hey,
それでいいんだ。
how's your morning type of speech, you know what I mean? He's still normal enough to have a conversation. He gave the Riska smiles with the glasses. Also, harem anime shoujin protag. I mean, he does fit the I look boring as fuck vibe. So, yeah, I see what you mean by that last
なる
statement.
ほど。そういう考えもありなんだ。
Huh, I guess the only one way to think about it? I guess I convinced her that Arcwood's previous hang-ups slide off her like water onto a duck's back. He's an asshole in Japanese for dumbass. I mean, yeah, Shiki does give dumbass energy too. I won't deny that. The hands on the clock is indicated now at 10 p.m. He's also like really or smiles like one. True. Like how do I sorry. Apologies. Shiki is surprisingly like how do I describe this? He can't read the room. Like there's times where he should be talking to people and when he does, he just sucks at it. Like the whole cell route, I'm sorry if this is kind of spoilers, I'll try my best to be as vague as possible, happens because Shiki cannot talk to Arcwood. That's how the cell route happens, bro. Right? Because Shiki cannot fucking have a normal ass conversation and just be blunt and just tell Arcwood that he just sees her as a friend. And it comes off as him, like, how do I describe it? As playing both sides, question mark? Cause it feels like he's stringing Arcwood along, and that's kind of fucked up. Damn, just like me, for real, for real. You're stringing along girls? I can't believe, yo, Ivan, get out my chat, bro. Get out my chat. I can't have this type of behavior. Anyway, according to Arcwood, this is when vampires starts to get active. He is likely coming above ground now. I don't know where he's holed up, but he knows Arcwood's presence as soon as he wakes. He likely make a beeline for the part. No? Cell's arc? I thought Gohan turned Super Saiyan 2 in that. No! Cell arc as in Cell from Tsukihime. I can't. Girls are where we different. Oh, girls are... that's fair enough. Arcwood demeanor shifts. Her words drip with contempt as she turns away from me, peering north towards the station. But yeah, no, I won't let Shiki near my kids. Like, if I was a grown-ass woman and my kid was dating Shiki, or at least friends with him, I'll just be like, yo, watch out. This guy gives bad vibes. I'm trying to find the Ritsuka Vargas meme where she asks, why are you staring at my legs? Ritsuka's winking. I want them to sandwich me. That's Cell and Shiki, 100%. 100%.
あいつ本当にその一人なの？
What is he doing? Is this guy really an ancestor? I follow her gaze over the horizon. Is that smoke? Thick, black smoke curls upward into the night sky. There must be a fire downtown. Oh, wait. A fire?
アルクエド、あれ まさか
Arquid, is that what I think it is?
無差別に人を襲ってる。
Yo, white. I'm sorry, can't say that on stream. But yo, vampire boy tweaking, bro. It's Vlav. He's attacking people downtown. I remember when Arihiko and
なんて甘かった。
Jessica
あい
Toya
つは死
said
者と変わらない
that being around
血が足りなければ目の前の人間から補充する
any
けだものだっ
second.
た。
So cool.
文明社会
Cause I seen a playthrough of Kagetsu Toya. It's really funny, really concerning sometimes. But yeah, if Arihiko says that, right? Like, he's the most normal ass motherfucker in this entire game. If he says that, you know there's something fucking wrong with you. Like, the only sin Arihiko made is not even debatably a sin, is being a little queer. And that's not even that bad. You know what I mean? That's like the only quote-unquote secret. Or at least bi. Arihiko's bi and you can't change my mind. That's my headcanon. Saying he's insane might be a little too generous on my part. This guy is no better than the lower ranks. He's a beast that draws blood from the people around him to replenish his strength. He has no concept of laws govern this modern age, let alone civilized society. Fair. But I don't know. But yeah, but the fact that Arihiko still wants to be friends with Shiki says more about his character than I could ever say. But yeah, if you don't mind sitting near a guy that can kill you, then yeah, be friends with Shiki Toto. The sound of a faraway explosion rings through the air. The smoke surges into the air with newfound intensity. This is bad. If he's moving downtown area, then this is going to be on a whole nother scale from the hotel. Numbers of the victims alone would be at least in the thousands.
アルクイド
分かってる。急ぎましょう、シキ。
I know. We better hurry up, Shiki. Oh, right! And if I remember Kagetsu Toya, Arquid is wearing a Catgirl outfit. I don't know why that's like the first thing I remember before I say, hey, that's where Led is, as like a character that you can talk to. I feel weird now. Anyway, just what the hell is going on here? What time is it? Oh god, it's like 3 hours in. No! He awakes in agonizing pain. His scream pierces the air. There was a loud grinding noise, like a piece of metal getting caught in a blender. What the fuck? His cries are horrific, otherworldly. So horrific that they even make his minions tremble. Oh my god, that's horrible. You know what? Yeah, I think you all need one scream. You don't need me screaming too. Anyway, he writhes and flails and slashes about, but none of his protest numbs the pain enveloping his entire being. The skin at his fingertips splitting and cracking. The acid oozing from within his bones, melting and gnawing at his body from the inside out. His heart shrivels and contorted from the necromancy, only to regenerate again, forcing him to prolong his own suffering. An unending cycle of torture, doomed to last as long as he lives. His only escape would have been death, but even that salvation has been torn from him long ago. Huh? Yo, this voice actor needs to get paid more money. Jesus Christ. Wait! I remember! Yo, guys, this guy's voice actor's fucking Seto Kaiba from Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh my god, how the fuck did I forget that? That shit's metal. I definitely know Sigur's Seto Kaiba. But I think Bob is also Seto Kaiba. You could always fact check me. Oh my god. Cause I was like, yo, this voice ended up like, wait a second. It's just Seto Kaiba screaming in anguish. Blue Eyes White Dragon! Yeah, he lost another fight with Yu-Gi-Oh, guys. Wait, sorry, not Yugi. With Yugi. There we go. He doesn't remember why he abandoned Death. He doesn't remember when it was that death became such a distant concept. He's going to insult my deck filled with dinosaurs. He's probably gonna call it a fucking third red deck, bro. On a good day. On a bad day, he should have said that shit should have stayed a prehistoric era. Anyway, his mind is filled with nothing but animalistic screams. He knows that he has come to the land in pursuit of something, to kill something. He left the woman he loved behind and crossed the turbulent waters. This is his last chance. He is prepared to reclaim it all, leaving himself no hope for a return journey. The only question is how much remains for him to recover. Day by day, sanity is stripped from his mind. Day by day, a curse consumes his body. This is a fate bestowed upon him by the punishment for the crimes committed in some distant past. Not even he remembers. He's already forgotten so many things. Wherever he yearns to take back, his sanity is no longer on the table. Sanity was lost to him long ago. Sanity can never be found again. His wealth and assets too. They were lost when he traversed the oceans, and now there is no way for him to return to his homeland. The only way for him to survive is to turn this foreign land into his second domain. Holy shit. Damn, his throat must be killing him. Yet his past and future matters not. At this moment in time, he craves but one thing. Blood! His throat is freezing, his skin is parched, his soul hungers. He needs warm blood as soon as possible. His desire is to bathe in it as soon as possible. Questions like where he is or what he's doing pales in the face of such fervent longings. Ugh, creepy. He walks through the darkness. Zombies obediently following in the line behind him, marchingly, silently along. Oh, okay. The metal blocks carries him to the surface, where he creeps outside to the bright lit streets. And you know what? I'm gonna be evil, and I'm gonna end it there. Because Vlog is gonna tweak so fucking hard that downtown is gonna suffer from it. So, thank you everyone for stopping by. I feel like, the schedules will be posted in my Discord and Twitter around Monday. So stay tuned for that, and make sure to take care of your health and don't end up as sick as your senpai, still suffering the fallouts from that. And I'm just so happy everyone is here. And I'll see you next week. Pray to God, pray to God. And don't forget, Wednesdays is Fate Extra Day on my YouTube, so go and check that. Bye bye. Boop.